Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about a very important Supreme Court judgment, the challenge to the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. The court has refused to stay the entire law but has put temporary brakes on some provisions until rules are framed. But before we get lost in the legal jargon, let's break it down. What exactly does this law say and what does it mean for ordinary people? First, a quick recap. What is Waqf? A Waqf is a permanent dedication of property by a Muslim for religious or charitable purposes. Think of donating land to build a mosque, madrasa, or even for social welfare. Once a property becomes Waqf, it's supposed to stay that way. It cannot be sold or gifted away. Now, the 2025 amendments have changed several aspects of this system. Let's look at them one by one. So, let's talk about the key amendments that were challenged. First, end of Waqf by user. Earlier, even if there was no written deed, continuous community use like land being used as a graveyard for decades could be treated as Waqf. This was called Waqf by user. Now the new act abolishes this. No written deed, no Waqf. Example, imagine a small village graveyard used for generations. Under old law, it could be declared Waqf. Under the new law, unless there's a deed, it won't count. यानी अब सिर्फ इस्तेमाल करने से कोई property वक्फ नहीं बनेगी. Second, section 3C, government properties. If any land is government owned, it can't be declared waqf property whether in the past or future. If there's a dispute, a government officer above collector rank will decide first. Example, if an old mosque is on land recorded as government property, the Waqf board cannot register it as waqf until the dispute is settled. Third, section 3D, protected monuments. If a site is declared a protected monument, any waqf claim over it becomes void. Example, if a centuries old mosque is later declared an archaeological monument, its waqf status won't stand. Fourth, Section 3E, Scheduled Tribe Land. Land belonging to scheduled tribes under the provisions of 5th and 6th Schedule to the Constitution cannot be turned into Waqf. Example, a tribal Muslim wanting to dedicate his land as Waqf for a madrasa cannot do so. आदिवासी जमीन को वक्फ बनाना अब मना है. Fifth, Sections 9 and 14, Waqf Councils and Boards. The law changes who can sit in Waqf boards and Central Waqf Council. Now, non-Muslims can also be members. In fact, prima facie reading shows non-Muslims could even become a majority, though the court has capped it at 4 in the Central Council and 3 in state boards. This means the management of Waqf assets is no longer entirely in Muslim hands. 6th, Section 23, Chief Executive Officer. Earlier, the CEO of a Waqf board had to be a Muslim. Now, CEO to be appointed by the state government and who shall not be below the rank of Joint Secretary to the state government, even if not Muslim. अब CEO की कुर्सी Muslim के लिए रिजर्व नहीं है. 7th, Section 36, registration. Registration of all waqfs is now mandatory. No deed is equal to no recognition. Plus, if the collector reports that property is disputed or government land, registration will be refused. And without registration, you cannot file any legal case to enforce Waqf rights. Example, if a family already dedicated land for a mosque but didn't register it, they can't claim legal protection now. 8th, Section 104, donations by non-Muslims. Earlier, even non-Muslims could donate property to a Waqf. This provision has now been deleted, so now only Muslims can create Waqfs. 9th, Section 107, Limitation Act. Now, disputes over Waqf properties must follow regular limitation periods, just like other civil cases. No special exemption anymore. Last, Section 108, evacuee properties. Earlier, even evacuee properties abandoned during partition could be Waqf. This has now been deleted. Now, let's come to the Supreme Court's order. The court said laws passed by Parliament are presumed valid. It refused to stay the entire act, but some provisions like the requirement in Section 3 are that a person must show they have professed Islam for 5 years is stayed until rules are framed. Section 23, CEO appointment is not stayed, but directions were also given to appoint Chief Executive Officer of the board, who is the ex officio secretary from amongst the Muslim community. The court also clarified these are prima facie directions for interim stage. So what does this mean for people? If you're donating property, you now need a proper deed and registration. If your land is disputed, government owned or tribal land, it cannot be easily made Waqf, and management of Waqf institutions will no longer be an internal matter. The state and even non-Muslims may have a say. This law is being seen as one of the most sweeping changes in the history of Waqf regulation in India.